So I will tell you today about boosting map performance with Mapbox and Flutter. I would say that from my experience it wasn't so obvious. So firstly, who I am. I'm originally from Kyiv, from Ukraine, but for now I'm based in Wrocław and for 7 years in Poland. My mobile journey started in 2020. For now I'm working at Camino Love. It's an app for pilgrims. And basically I'm like a common guy loving video games, cooking, traveling, and I think this is the reason why I'm talking about maps. So starting with the agenda, I would love to introduce you to the app we have, to the map, to why we're using map there, also how we utilize in Mapbox, and actually the problem we've faced once. And after that, then of course we will talk about some magical receipt, about how we can evaluate map in a totally new way. At least it was for me. And after that you will see the result and comparison of actually how we fixed that challenge. So every outdoor application nowadays, it should have maps to better reach the user, to show some cartography data for that. You want to book an accommodation, to see the route where you will hike, cycle and stuff, and I think this is the most important part in the app, who's actually aiming at like outdoor proactive people. And our focus was to develop an application for pilgrims. This is people who are making their pilgrimage adventure or pilgrimage journey to mainly Santiago de Compostela in Spain. And this is why it's called Camino, because Camino from Spanish is a route, and that was the route for saint people, and it was their mission to, you know, for religion stuff. I'm not diving into that. It's not the topic of the today. So we needed to integrate maps somehow, and when I was introduced to the project, it was already using Mapbox. So for now, for today, there are 3 ways of using Mapbox-like plugins. This is the old Mapbox community plugin, the MapLibre plugin, who is open founded from OpenStreetMap contributors, and official Mapbox plugin. So initially we used the community plugin, tried a little bit to play with the MapLibre, and we stopped at Mapbox official plugin. For now it's well maintained, it's getting more major versions, the performance is pretty stable, and you don't have any native related problems with that. And also the next part, which is very important for the application we have, is that we have custom data for users about different pilgrimage routes, so they need to know where to go to hike. And this is the part we actually faced our challenge, because for that we used Firebase, the very powerful tool for startups, the very powerful tool for small applications, and actually we've had like 10 routes, each of them had like maybe 300 different accommodations to book, where you can stay, and the performance was pretty good, and yeah, we was satisfied with that performance. And we used for that Firebase. The Firebase actually stored every data about the lines we have on the map, and we needed to retrieve all data about all trails we have, because when you are entering the application, you have the first screen is a map where you have all the routes you could probably hike, and we need to add to the map every line, every label of that particular trail, and that led us to too many medium states, which you can see here, because we need to store an additional entity of a map trail, which has a starting point, end point for different calculations, it needs to have that line object, and we need to add that one by one to the map, not in any parallel way and stuff. And that actually shows us the imperative approach of default Mapbox plugin, because we can add lines, add circles with already like entity features of the map. And to add something or to interact with the app, we needed to actually think more about how we want to achieve that, like how we need to make that. We needed to think too much time on the solution to implement. And also, unfortunately, that needed us to poor performance, because when you have more data, you will have more scalability issues, especially when you are working with for loops. So that led us to poor performance, which shows like ready to use state when you are when you want to enter the discovery page. You need to wait for around 30 seconds for every route to load. When checking and like when selecting a trail, you need to wait for it too long. And once upon a time, that was a pretty cool story that, hey, now we have 10 trails, why not we add like 100 more? And that actually led us to that problem. Yeah, that was me. I was shocked that such changes was added, but we are engineers, we need to think about product. So we came up with a solution, which was not pretty obvious that day, but today it seems for me naturally to use maps the new way. But before that, I want to talk you some little story, some ironic of the destiny. At the university, I've had a subject which was related to cartography systems, to making maps, and I was thinking and wondering, why would I need that anyway in the future? I would develop applications not related to maps, but for now in my portfolio there is like 3 applications related to touristic and outdoor applications. So we've come up with a solution to adopt vector sources, which are basically, this is the way how every map for now works. You have vector data, which is layered on each other. You have you have the separate layer of cities. You have separate layer for roads, for different routes, for buildings. This is all like a huge map sandwich. And also you can manipulate every of that layer separately and use different interesting methods to change that appearance. So the first problem we needed to solve is how we will integrate data to the map, because for now Firebase is not a solution for us, it takes too much time, and we needed somehow to deal with, for now it's 300 trails with more than like 50,000 points of each line, so it calculates to like enormous number of data to transfer. So we've used the content management system as a map toolkit. For us it serves as a map provider, so it hosts the whole map for us with its defined styles, and also it helps us to integrate data to that, because from now on we can take all the data from Firebase we have, transform it to GeoJSON, and then just put it to the map provider, to Tally server, and then it will create for us the data for all of these lines and trails. It will be loaded on demand. You will see like normally you will see normal lines of the routes you need, but also you won't consume too much data bandwidth you would use with the Firebase. And that is done pretty simple. We made the API entrance to Firebase and just download all the trails, transform it to GeoJSON, and add it to a data connector. This is like this is just the plugin to the map toolkit, which allows us to use this content management system. And after that, we just integrate it to the map, just saying that this is one of the source of this map, and after that we can retrieve that. That led us to a total paradigm switch, to the total mood improvement. So as you remember, we've used different medium states to store lines, to store circles, and for now we are just saying that, hey, I want to set style layer property, and we have this whole layer of lines. We are saying that we want to change style of this particular layer, and after that the plugin, the Mapbox library, is just doing it by himself and by itself, and we are just not thinking about that. We are only focusing on the behavior and on the we are only thinking about behavior and what we want to achieve. We don't think anymore about different medium states and this black magic. We don't want to, to refactor and to maintain afterwards. So for now we are creating style layers from integrated sources, which is pretty simple. We are having the line source we've integrated from Map Toolkit. We have the ID of that source, and we are just creating a line layer with its ID and from the source we've added. And after that we can set the style, which will define the different line colors, the line widths, and similar with other layers, presentation layers we would need for the map data to display. And also for that we are relying on the data which is built in the map, because except of the line data we have, like how the line should be placed on the map, we also can define there many other properties such as color for circles, stroke for lines, and many other which is like depends only on what do you want to achieve then. And for that also the second important part for the map application is interaction, because when you are using it, you want to select a trail, or you want to select the POI to see some details about that, to maybe book it, or to pin a trail, or to see some elevation data. And for that we needed to interact with the map. And unfortunately, when we are changing this whole paradigm from using Mapbox entity approach to every line and every POI on the map, we are also lacking plugin standard callbacks, because plugin itself exposes you some callbacks that like set symbol tab callback, which means that when you are clicking on any added symbol on the map, you will receive a callback for that, and for now we're lacking that, and we cannot work with it anymore, which led us to some extended logic for that. When we are clicking on the map, we have this like tab target, and we can query some rendered features there, which allows us to retrieve the data which is rendered on the map. It will have, we can define there the layer ID. Do we want to query a line layer, or do we want to query the hotel layer or a label layer? It depends only on us, so we can define that, query those feature, check if like if the query contains any of the result you required, and then react on that tab if trail is present. And we are then only setting some behavior we want to achieve. So for now we are setting style layer property for the line layer with the line layer style of the selected trail, which will adopt the whole layer of lines with the style we want. And this slowly brings us to a magic word you may see on screenshots. It's line layer properties and also expressions. The expression, it's a way of defining the behavior you want to achieve. They can be complex, they can be also placed in each other to achieve some more complex expression, like you can imagine usual mathematics with 2 plus 2 plus 2, but placing some brackets in the places of this like equality, and after that you can achieve some result. And also you can see, for example, how we define the line color. For example, we are using expression, which is case expression. We are saying that this is the usual if statement, but in the Mapbox dialect. So if the ID is equal to the selected trail ID, then we are setting the line color from the stroke parameter. If not, it will be like regular line color. So for that we are using the expression named get, which is also allows us to use data-driven styling. So we are using some data from our layer to define a style. So we also defined in every GeoJSON part, like in every line, we define the stroke we want to have, like the color of the line we want to have. We have the ID, which is like business logic ID from the database, and based on that, that's like all and everything we need to enable interaction. And after that, we have the problematic before, which had slow loading time, it had slow interaction time, but the successful after now is the application which can be named as a commercial and production one, because it works simultaneously, and that leads us that we reduced the loading time, and the loading time of the application we reduced from 30 seconds to just like 1 or 2 seconds, which you've seen, and you've seen how fast it is working and how fast the interaction is working. As you can see also, it's, you remember when you are selecting a trail, I think I will select it, no, yes, and then you are moving to the trail, everything is like being grayed out and not working. Yeah, so that was the result of this whole expression magic, and after that the maintaining of such application only stands on new behavior you want to achieve or new color you want to have, or that's everything you will have afterwards, and the application will make you happy with the performance and with the speed it has. And in a conclusion, I would say that you cannot know everything to be successful, but you also need to have, like before seeing this problematic before, I didn't have any plan B, I didn't have any additional plan how to deal with the scalability issues. Of course, the plugins and libraries are good, but using the easiest way, we also need to take in mind, and we also need to prepare the successful after, even before the easiest one will go to production. So this is my insight from that. And yeah, I thank you for your attention and eager for your questions.